Hello there. So, in this short video, discuss how to use switch, and case as keywords in JavaScript. These are used when building codes in JavaScript, and the list should window and would explain them. So our case would be a customer has bought an item from the shop, and then the customer should give feedback about the item. So what we are going to design a code that will give an automatic response when the customer gives the feedback. So the customer can say, hey, that the product was good or fair. Okay? So we are going to design the code that will give a response. If customer says the product is good, if he or she says the product is fair, you can get a direct response. So the first thing we shall do is, of course, having a variable. So we shall have embedding name feedback. And then we shall give it value. Okay? But this value will be a customer's feedback. The value will be customer's feedback. That is, can be good or fair or adding. So, to do that, we will bring up the logbox by using the keyword prompt. Then you open bracket. And inside the bracket, we put a string. That is, the ones we intend to appear on the screen of the customer. So, for our case, we shall have, please give us the feedback. So let's have feedback in uppercase. Then we complete the string. Then we close the bracket, and of course we put semicolon to indicate that the variable is done. Next, we bring on the switch keyword. That is what follows after the binding. So we bring on the switch keyword. And also ensure the switch keyword is in small letters. So switch should be followed by a bracket, and then you put on that. You put inside that bracket the binding name, and ensure the binding name correct is similar. For example, don't use capital F, whereas your binding name has small f. That will be an error in your code. So that is switch. Then we open curly braces. After small bracket, what follows is curly braces, and you have to look and ensure the spacing is correct, or is understanding of that. Or so we leave it there. We jump to the next line. Then we introduce case. So case number one. Case is always followed by a double or single quotes. For the case of our task here, we use single quotes. So here you place the value that customer is about to find. So for our case, we have said the customer can find our binding either good or fair. So if customer says good for our case number one, then we give the system what to print the feedback to give. And note that after case, what you expect, you always put the full colon So if customer says good, then the system will automatically respond it dank, enjoy. Okay, that is the response the system will give. And then after console log.log, then always we follow the semicolons. Okay, so we move on. The case you always have to break, and you have to break because we want to avoid what we call for through, because for through means that customer get all the responses which are given on the console.log. So to avoid that, we always break, and break is followed by semicolon. Then we shall have case 2 where the customer says fair. You have to put it in single quote or double quote, the one you like. And then you close with full colon. Then if customer says fair, we shall print dine Q. We shall improve. If the customer says the product is fair, then you close their string and you use semicolon. Then, of course, after a case, you have to break. Breaking is important, as I've said above. And the reason is you want to prevent for through. When we have typed the whole code, I will explain. So then we bring in the concept of default. Default comes in when the customer does not write what we expect, that is either good or fair. Default is always anything. And when the customer writes whatever he or she wishes, that is not what we expect, and that is what we have not designed the system to handle, that is good or fair. Then default comes in, then default is printed. So for the default, we should say no feedback received. So that is when customer put something else which we don't expect. After that, of course, you have to break as usual to when fall through, which I see and I shall show once we run the code. So with that, now we can run the code after closing the curly braces. So if you run the code, that's what you see. Please give us the feedback. So the customer write it, feedback. For case, let's start with good. If customer gives a feedback good, then we design the system to tell customer don't enjoy it. As you can see there, don't enjoy it. If customer says fair, then the response should be thank you. We shall improve. Let's see what we get. The system print thank you, we shall improve. What if now the customer puts something else? Actually invoke the default. For example, emoji is invokes then default, and we shall get no feedback received. So that's how we use switch and case in JavaScript.
So to do that, I will delete all the break in our code and then I run it. Let's say, for example, the customer types good. If the customer types good, he or she will get all the feedback, including the default. You can see the first one is thank, joy, then thank you, we shall improve, and no feedback. So we put break so as to avoid the fall through. That is, the customer to obtain all the feedbacks. That is it, and that's all about switch and case in JavaScript. See you next time.